some of the toughest people I've ever met have been drag queens.
Well, yeah, you've got to be.
Oh, you've got to be.
It's not in being gay that worries me, really. It's the thought of him dressing up in women's clothes.
Lily was born in a pub called the Elephant and Castle. And the Elephant and Castle was in Vauxhall. And it was the kind of pub, if you've been barred from every single pub in the country, you could go in there. But the Vauxhall was always my territory, because everybody would sort of agree.
That was your, like...
That was my... Well, I used to work there. People used to think it was my pub. You know, I used to work there at least 4 nights a week. It's a joke. And I should have had chairs in it, really.
Yeah. Get out of my pub.
But it was like my. But I stand behind the bar full drag with a fag on, you know, talking to the landlord, and I'd serve a few customers now and then. I had a lot of cronies in there. We all did. You know, the dressing room. My God, if that dressing room could talk, none of us would show our faces again.
You must have a story or two from those dressing rooms they can fish out.
There was always loads of people in there. Often there'd be more people in the dressing room than in the pub. You know, you'd be trying to get changed. It was like, you know, a green room or something where they could pop in. You know, like, do you mind if I have a spliff, Lil? Go on, do what you like. Just let me get me slap on.
You fucking ha-ha-ha about. And how old are you, Playboys? 24, my arse. You had a fucking hard paper round when you were a child, then, didn't you?
You know, Lily was just a fantasy land, really. Single mother. She had this dysfunctional family that she looked after. A bit of like prostitution on the side, which she wouldn't admit to, but she would. Shoplifter, you name it. She was in with gangsters, all that. But she was also in the Union of Catholic Mothers, which I always found funny. So she had a sort of slightly religious streak as well, Lily. She was moral. She had morals, that was the thing about it. It was quite a complicated character if we try and look at it.
Yeah, please, woman. I'm tired of playing the game. Ain't it a wigging shame? I'm told. Let's face it, everything below the waist is 25 quid with a rubber. Thank you very much.
Just going back to the AIDS epidemic and in relation to, from what I understand, one thing I want to speak to you today actually is it true that drag queens like Lily and many others during those times would do like kind of charity events at these pubs?
All the time. All the drag queens then, we must have raised thousands. And we have to sort of find humour somewhere along the line, you know, in all this darkness. Well, to get us through it.
That's where it's that in a way how one way why drag queens were very important then as well, to keep that humour, to kind of escapism in a way during that time.
Well, of course, you know, people would go to the Black Cap or the Vauxhall or the Royal Oak or wherever to escape.
I think what sticks with me is bringing, I guess, laughter to people during those awful times, you know, and also raising money.
Well, this is it. I used to do shows on the ward. You know, we used to go into St Mary's and we do the AIDS ward there. We do a show on that ward. Don't forget, I've dressed as a nurse. You can imagine Lily as a nurse, like real, with the urine bottles. Those, one full of red wine, one full of white. On the trolley going down the ward. So what do you want? The fag on. What do you want? Red or white? Do you want a couple of Valium to take the edge off? And all this business. But we did, you know, and it was constant. It was relentless. We did charities every night of the week. And it'd be for things like a sheepskin rug to put on the bed to relieve pressure sores. You know, stuff like that. Simple things that would make such a huge difference to somebody who was bedbound 24 hours a day that the NHS couldn't provide.
I think I don't know whether enough people know that though these days, unless you were there.
Yeah, and of course it's forgotten. You're right. I never thought about that, but then I never expect to be thanked. Just get on with it.
I mean, I think it's an incredible part of our history, you know what I mean? Especially in this country, how
I do. Yeah.
That happened, and you know, all of you guys got together and did what you did. I guess it probably brought in a way, the community close together? Because obviously there's that shared...
I'll tell you what there was. There was a kindness all of a sudden happened. Somebody come in and they say, "You all right?" And they go, "No, my mate's just died." You know, something like that. So you wouldn't just say, "Oh, I'm awful sorry," and leave them. You'd say, "Get him a drink," you know, whatever, and make a fuss. You know, and let them know that they weren't on their own, you know, and you share stories and stuff. Yeah, when I think back, yeah, I suppose we all were. There was a good community, good strong sense of looking out for each other.
How important were drag queens during that time? And especially...
Oh, very.
Not only just AIDS, but I guess government legislation and everything else at that time wasn't...
Oh, well, all that business. I was, you know, I've been in more police raids than Gypsy Rose Lee at one stage, because everywhere I went was getting raided. I thought it was me. South London's chief of police was a complete arsehole, grade A arsehole, who had it in for the gay community and would raid pubs willy-nilly for no reason whatsoever. There was the big raid in the Vauxhall Tavern over when the police came in, and I was the act that was on the cop, and a copper came in the dressing room. And he went, "You out." And I thought he was a stripper, a male stripper. So I said to him, "Who the fucking hell are you talking to, short ass?" And I was going to deck him.
I just have to count me off this fucking stage. No, I lost out on Friday. I come here free and granted, good-natured in. I wasn't that dressing room, a little joint, and 2 coppers came in. My God, I thought the end of the wheel to come. I was dragged down these fucking things. They had rubber gloves, so they're going to do an internal chicken.
I stood on the steps. I remember they all had rubber gloves, and I shouted on the mic, "If you come to do the washing up." It was ridiculous. And then I said, "There should be a riot in here." And of course, that was it. But you did have to be tough. Oh, yeah, you have to be hard. Well, I did, and especially Lily, you know, because she was hard, basically.
Terrifying.
But she was meant to be. You know, that was the whole thing about the character. You've got to be hard as fucking nails. You've got to be tougher than them.
Yeah.
And that's so for me, it was always a war. You know, I go out there and I thought, right, the first one to heckle's going to get it. And so whoever did, tears to shreds. And Murphy, my manager, at the time, he'd be going, "All right, leave him. He's dead. He's dead. You've killed him. He's dead." And I'd still go for it. And I'd suss out instantly the weak spots. Quite evil, really. And it was also, for me, it was a good way of letting me soft out, if you know what I mean, doing Lily. It's like a bit of therapy.
It's like a rant. You can get your rant out through Lily.
But of course, as I used to say, Murphy always used to say to me, "Are you ready?" And I always used to say, "Open the cage." Because that's what it was like. You were letting some sort of wild animal out. In fact, they called the last book "Open the Cage," Murphy. And he always used to say to people, "He's smashing, he's really lovely, but for God's sake, don't put your hand in the cage. You'll have it off." I used to say to him, "Shut up, you. People are bloody terrified of me."
Friends may forsake me.
What will you let them do?
Let them try it and I'll glass them.
I'd have a good look at them and I think, I know what you're sensitive about. Your nose.
I mean,
go for it.
When I watch your videos of Savage, you just think, okay, this person isn't afraid of anything. But were you? Like, was there ever a time where you're like...
Yeah.
She was from the country, but now she's up a gum tree. She lets a fella feed her and lead her along. What's the use of crying? She's made a better lying. She's glad to bring your coin in and join in the shite.
When I watch it now on anything, I don't associate it with me at all. Not at all. It's the strangest thing. Yeah, I look at it and it's like I'm looking at a different person. No, but it's weird. I can't explain it. It's like she's like I knew her from my past. You know, she was somebody I knew and was sort of fond of. But now, I've kept her way at a distance. Yeah, way at a distance.
A punter behind a pub for 15 quid, can you bet? No, you get your fucking house broken into, then all your cappies and Monty smashed. Yes, that's all right. Couldn't annoy an honest woman of the streets, you know what I mean?
People always say to me, why did you stop? I just really had enough and wanted to do other things. I always vowed that I wouldn't do it as I got older. Because I thought, I don't want to be 65-year-old baby Jane Lily Savage toddling around in a miniskirt. half pissed, befuddled, and can't remember what I'm saying. You know, I want to get out. So I got out really when the going was good, because I was still getting offered loads of work and I turned it all down. No, I just thought, no, I fancy a change. And if I fail, then I fail, but it's on my terms.
What was it? Was it quite scary to get rid of that persona that had basically...
Oh, God, yeah. I didn't know. Well, I remember we were filming a travel show in China and I was in a market in Shanghai. And I said to Murphy, it was the first day of shooting, I don't know how to behave because the dog's being Lily. And he said, well, just be yourself. I said, I don't know what that is. I haven't got a clue. I said, I haven't got a telly persona, you know. So, and he said, I remember saying, just be yourself. So I thought, oh, sod it, I'll just be myself then, whatever that is. And that's what I've been ever since.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's been worth it. So,
yeah, you know, and I'm eternally grateful to Lily Savage. I mean, seriously, because I got to do so many things and meet so many wonderful people and learn so much along the way, you know, and really live through a part of history as Lily. I mean, she's upstairs now in the loft as I speak in a bin liner. And you're staying up there and all.
thump in a minute.
You'll hear bang, bang, bang on the floor. So sod off.
I walk a million miles for one of your smiles, my
Turn it off, John, that you're giving us that thing just now. Oh, I'm going. Put in the tape on, John.